Hello, I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. Welcome. This is the number 74 Chew review. 74 thus far. This is a long format entry onto the original Chew playlist. And it will be of Shoe Peg, which is a product of the R.C. Owens company. This is a natural leaf twist. I am guessing that it is unsweetened, maybe bitter, although I will say it is in really good shape, and when we get to the lot number here, you will see why. So, Shoe Peg, new one on me. This was sent, of course, by Hoss304, which has been sourcing all my product as of late, so thank you, Hoss. He has come across or come into the idea of these brand names, such as Shoe Peg, being old cigar brands. He actually sent me a photo of an antique box empty of Shoe Peg cigars, and he believes there's correlation with other brand names. I have not looked into it myself. I do not know if he is actively looking into it. You should be actively looking into it. But that's what he came up with as far as this being concerned. So it is the smaller size twist. Everything's pretty straightforward. Twist is easy to see. It's an okay plastic bag. I don't want to call it cellophane. It's more. I've called it cellophane in the past. Really, it is more plastic. It is actually holding air. All right. Natural leaf chewing tobacco is noted in the middle. Warning label down bottom. Then you have one of their offset backs. So, back warning label. And then the fact that it is R.C. Owens Company of Gallatin, Tennessee. Barcode. Sale only allowed in the United States. Underneath the back seam, it is denoted as one twist. Okay, there is no ounce on these or any twist that I know of. They're always denoted as one twist. And then the lot number, which is always a letter, which I do not know what the letter means, but then basically it is a backdash date. And as you can see, that is April 27th, 2020. All right? So, it's very new. And that is why the bag is holding air, and that is why the product feels like it's in really, really good shape. So, underneath that, which you're not going to be able to see, which is why I'm not... Well, you might be able to see it. I don't know. 100% domestic tobacco. And with the exception of one, possibly two products, all R.C. Owen Company products are 100% domestic. So, by buying these, you are trying something new, which you very well may not like. That's the disclaimer. But you are supporting American agriculture while doing so. So, I am going to realize I didn't bring the scissors over as usual, so I'm going to try to pop this way this time. And that's not working, so we're getting the scissors. All right. I always cut these at the bottom. I actually save these bags. Save all bags except for plugs that are in cellophane because basically they're impossible to save. If I thought I could, I would, but extra importance is put on stuff that I probably will not review again, or not for quite a while. Okay, so it's natural twist. It's a not sweet, dried, air cured, dry leaf tobacco. The smell. If you don't know what that smells like, there is no real good way of me explaining it to you. You need to go buy one yourself. Only thing I can say is earthy. All right. So taking it out, that's what you're looking at. About the length of my hand. This one has a small loop. It's not a huge loop at the top. It is spiraled down. Now this spiral, as I always say in these videos, that is not the twist. The twist is the rope that makes this spiral is twisted. That is the actual twist. So what you have is it's thinner at both ends and it comes up thicker up here. Now I usually take out of this part right here because that is what I was told is the best part to take review wise. At this end there is usually a slight fold knot and it's crimped, and this one looks like no exception. So I'm going to cut a piece off this. I'm just going to do it right now. It's going to be dry, okay? Although that said, it's not crinkly dry. This one isn't anyway. The wrapper is usually should be brittle almost, okay? If it's in good shape, number one, it should do the bend. All right? With these, it's easy enough to see the made on date, obviously. But there should be a bend to it. It should be pliable. The wrapper can be real dry, all right? If that crinkles or crunches when you cut into it, if you're cutting into it, and it breaks off in small pieces, that's fine, all right? The center of these, though, with, let's say, scissors, and I'm just using regular, I think they came with my hair trimmers, it should be a little gummy on the inside. You should it should give resistance on the scissors, and it should feel sort of like you're cutting through like rubber, all right, like a soft rubber. So I'm going to throw this in. I'm going to hit the pause button, and you know what? I'm thinking I may actually cut a little more off this because the loop was pretty small. I will be back in a moment because this is going to take a little working. And I am back. Okay. It's better. There's a mouthfeel. Nicotine is there. And that is the big draw point to these in my mind. Besides local industry, local, domestic agriculture, there is the nicotine in this. I got a mouthfeel all over my mouth right now. Anywhere this juice has gone from this, my mouth is, I don't want to call it a sting. It's tingling though, a lot. Like, amazingly a lot. Like an amount that's amazing. So, it is like the others, natural leaf. It's bitter, and it's just natural. I mean, it's about as natural as you can get. It's a natural leaf that's been twisted. Now, what the twist does to it, I know the science behind what twisting does to pipe tobaccos. I do not know if it works the same way with this. Now, originally products like this, and I'm not suggesting anyone do this now because I'm not sure if they're been altered. Originally, a lot of these twists, the natural leaf ones, were multi-purpose. What I mean is they could be chewed or they could be smoked via a pipe. And a lot of these, this one's a little gummy on the inside, which is a good thing by me, but a lot of these have been of the consistency that although I think they would be incredibly harsh, and I don't know if I'd want to smoke them out of my pipe, they've been of a moisture level where they probably could be. It probably would work out. And maybe someday when I get better ventilation in this room, although it might as well be the world. It seems like I'm always in here. Maybe I'll do that as an experiment. So it's bitter, okay? The leaf is not dark fired, and there is no salt per se, not like dip. That said, there is a bitterness that someone could mistake partially as being somewhat salty, all right? But it's bitter, and you need to remember that before you buy it. Now, this is the smaller size, so I'm guessing this is probably retailing at $3 or less. At that price, now I usually put a little bit less in. I did double up. I took the other half of that loop. There's probably, if you had a smaller cheek like this, there's probably 6 or 7 chews out of this. So it's not a bad deal, and it's definitely not a bad deal if you're getting enough nicotine from it, which the mouthfeel of this, it's got to be nicotine absorption. There's nothing added that could do that otherwise. It's not like, oh, well, maybe it's the winter green. There is no winter green. There's, it's air-cured leaf tobacco that's been twisted, and that's it. Heat may have been applied at some point, but when they say natural leaf, it's leaf. That's all it is, and that's all. Having it in my mouth, I can say that it is. There is nothing else going on. So mouthfeel-wise, it's got to be nicotine. I don't feel like doing anything else right now. So, that is a big selling point, especially when it comes to the taste of this, because a lot of people are not going to like these, okay? I think you should all try it at least once, but do it on a day when you have $3 to spare. Don't do it when, you only have $5 to your name, because you're not going to be happy afterwards, okay? And I do not want to hear any crap about that. So it's a taste that is not going to be appreciated. Now, they do have, RC Owens does have a couple sweetened ones. And the one that I got at the time sourcing was being done by Mississippi Rebel. And he sent up Good Money. Good Money was pretty good. That was pretty consumer friendly. So you might want to go back and check the review on that. It was sweetened, and it was pretty sweet. There's been a couple that have been sweetened, but that one, I was like, wow, they know how to sweeten stuff if they want to. They just normally don't want to. So, that one was pretty good, and I thought at the time, I'm like, well, this is sort of consumer friendly. People could get behind this. A large demographic could get behind this. This, not so much. So do keep that in mind, but also keep in mind it is an experience, something new, and there is nicotine. Okay? So that is a big selling point. It's 100% domestic tobacco. All right? And the company is fairly small. I've actually Googled images of their facility. It's a fairly small company that evidently sources tobacco locally. Now, they do have a couple products that are not 100% domestic. But then you look into it a little farther, and the foreign leaf is actually Canadian, which it was news to me that Canada even grew tobacco, but I guess they do. So if you see it, it's supporting the little guy, but be prepared for a bitter taste that you're probably not going to overly enjoy. Since I did 3 of these the other week and now I'm doing this, I'm actually starting to get used to it. So it is possible for you to sort of desensitize and be like, yeah, okay, I can do this. This one is pretty soft in the mouth once you get it going. You got to get past that wrapper, but after that, it's pretty. It's all right. The other good thing about these is you can actively chew these. Well, number one, when you first put it in, you have to. There's no getting around it. You have to chew it to get into a workable format for your cheek. But even beyond that, you can actually chew this stuff. Some of them that are drier, not as close to their manufacture date, start breaking down. A little bit smaller than I would like, but nothing worse than most plugs. So, this has been the review of Shoe Peg Twist Natural Leaf from R.C. Owens Company of Gallatin, Tennessee. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. I do thank you for watching. Do take care of yourselves. Hoss 304, thank you again. And God bless.